let's chat about the brake pedal. When the earth was cooling, and I did my first police pursuit school, is what it was called back then, they told us we couldn't brake in a corner, that the tires couldn't do that. We had to brake in a straight line, get rid of the brake pedal, and I don't know what happened after that because the car didn't want to turn very well. But over the years, and the late Mark Donahue, who was Roger Penske's first professional driver, Mark came in and said, you know, guys, we can brake and turn. A modern tire can do that. The key is how much. So what that means is, coming up to a corner, we want to use our major brake pressure. And technically, we could use that up to ABS brakes. If you're in trouble, just brake hard, and we'll show you a video on that. But coming to a corner, and this is a code 3 or pursuit scenario. In normal driving, you would never brake this hard. But if you're in a bind, coming up to a corner, we're going to do our major slowing down in a straight line. I want to get in the brakes. I want to get the weight on the front tires, because the front tires are doing some 70 to 90% of the braking because the weight's up there. So I want to get and put my hardest pressure when my hands are straight. When your hands are straight, you got 100% of the tire's braking capability available. Now, as I turn in the corner, let's say we're coming up here at 100, and I'm gonna turn in at 40. Well, I don't know I'm gonna turn in at 40. My eyes have to tell me that. My eyes have to look in the corner to see, can I make the corner now, and where do I want to, let's use the word apex, inside edge of the curve. So that now tells my foot what to do with the brake pedal. I've slowed down enough to change direction, but I want to leave some brake pressure there. So the analogy we use is we're going to take the steering wheel and tie a string around the bottom of it and tie it to your big toe. As long as your hands are straight, you can brake at 100% of the tire's grip and accelerate at 100% of the tire's grip. So coming to a right-hand turn in this case, I'm using all the road. I'm braking hard and firm. I'm looking in the corner for a late apex, feathering the brake back, and now rolling the power in, the better it looks. People ask, when can I come off the brake in a corner? Well, when the car is turning toward its apex, the inside edge you want to touch, when the car is turning toward its apex, you can start getting rid of the brake, and you don't need to turn no more. You don't need to brake no more. So braking firm on a 1 to 10 scale, 10 is ABS. 10 is I'm in trouble, I got to get all the speed off this car, and I got to get in the corner. So ideally, we don't need to be in the ABS part of the pump, if you will, each time. If you're in trouble, use it. We'll show you later. But we're probably going to be braking at about an 8 or a 9 in normal code 3 driving. So I'm hard on the brakes, the weight's on the nose, and when I go to turn in, think about that cable or string analogy. As I bend the steering wheel in, what does it do to my big toe? It begins to bleed back that brake pressure, the exact amount I turn the steering wheel in. So I'm still using the front tires at 100% of their grip. Let's say 80% braking and 20% steering. You know, so still using that tire up to its limit. So that if we had a chart here, that would be a diminishing pressure chart. We want to think about maybe using it as a rheostat switch. I'm slowly going to turn the brake pedal or brake lights off, the better the car turns. And that's when the question arises, when do I get rid of the brakes? Well, when you don't need it to turn anymore, no point in leaving the brake there. So we'll just ease on off the brake, and that's the hardest part. The right foot grows up treating the brake pedal like an on-off switch. I'm braking some and I'm done. And mostly because we're never at the limit of grip of the tire, we never see that. Your passengers might, but you don't see it. But we got to treat that pedal as if it were a rheostat switch, where I want to bleed out of the brake, which still keeps the weight on the nose. Now I can squeeze the gas, put the weight in the trunk, and power down the next straightaway, the better it looks. Actually, the gas pedal should be progressive, the better that looks. So hard brake in a straight line, trail the brake, the better it looks, and then squeeze on the gas to exit the corner. If you're in trouble, like I said, jam on the brakes. Let the ABS take care of it, and the ABS will help you steer into the corner up to a certain speed. So the right foot grows up treating the brake pedal like an on-off switch. And commonly, what happens is we brake, and the minute we turn in, we snap out of the brake pedal, which actually throws the rear end around on the car. You would think it unloads the front, but the momentum keeps the weight on the nose. So snap braking, actually it's a trick we use autocrossing to turn the car in a short period, but snap braking is one of the 3 biggest reasons people actually spin race cars out on the weekend, is a trail brake oversteer popping out. So never, ever, ever pop out of a pedal. It upsets the car too much.